So I'm gonna try to climb up over here. Sort of like that. Come on, figure it out. Ooh, traction control is killing the fun. Hey everybody, today we are doing a trail test on one of the coolest Toyotas in the lineup, the new 2022 Toyota RAV4 Prime. Let's see how it does in the dirt and some fresh snow. All right, I've got this steep and gnarly hill climb that I'm gonna tackle in the 2022 Toyota RAV4 Prime. Now, what we've got is 2 inches of snow on top of a sheer layer of ice on top of some pointy rocks, and this is really going to test this vehicle to its limits. The RAV4 Prime has a combination of a gasoline engine and a series of electric motors. And right now we are in pure EV mode, about to tackle this rocky hill climb. It's going to get pretty articulated here. In EV mode, with the trail button activated, wow, that was good. So just a small amount of throttle. Come on, figure it out, Toyota. Spinning wheels pretty heavily here. Can we get up? There we go. Nice. All right, cool. Probably gonna have to maintain a little bit of momentum through this section. This is where it's gonna get rocky. Wheels are spinning. Come on, figure it out. Nice. 8 inches of ground clearance was just enough to clear that little rock garden, and now we can keep the climb going. There are several different drive modes in the RAV4 Prime. So there's a normal mode, but there's also an eco mode and a sport mode. And out here today, we're going to be using the trail mode, which is the off-road setting. But beyond that, we've got a couple of other additional buttons. There's a button that goes between hybrid mode and full electric mode. And there's also a button which will allow you to push and hold so that you can charge up the hybrid battery using the gasoline engine as you drive along. The idea being, if you want to save the electricity for the city, drive on gasoline on the highway where it's more efficient, push that button and it'll let you do that. This RAV4 is equipped with the stock rubber it comes from the factory with. As always, we are not allowed to alter the vehicle in any way, unfortunately, because it's a loaner from Toyota, but this is how it came, this is how we'll test it. It's rolling on a set of 19-inch Yokohama wheels. The wheel is nice, it looks great, it's big, it's beautiful, but it's not what you want for off-roading. Ideally, if you're going to do this on a regular basis, slap on a smaller wheel, slap on a bigger tire so you can get to some cool places. While I air down these Yokohama all-season tires, let me tell you about Onyx Off-Road, the best way to know where you're going out on the trail. Download maps ahead of time and even integrate it with Apple CarPlay so you can see in real time where to go out in the woods. One thing that I do like a lot about the RAV4 Prime from an off-road perspective, we do have this integrated hook here, which could be used to help get you out of a sticky situation. And by the way, if you equip a RAV4 Prime with a tow hitch, it can tow up to 2,500 pounds. The RAV4 Prime is a plug-in hybrid, which means you can plug it in, charge it up, and drive it 42 miles on electricity only, according to the EPA. Then you bring it home at night, plug it into your 240 volt outlet, and it'll take right around 4 or 5 hours to completely charge the 18.1 kilowatt hour battery. But of course, it's got a gasoline engine, so when you run out of electricity, you can go an additional 558 miles on gasoline because it's got nearly a 15-gallon fuel tank. So the total range, 600 miles. You got 42 miles of all-electric commuting range and then another 550 on gasoline. One of the major issues I've had with off-roading gasoline RAV4s in the past, and really any of these small crossovers, is they are just not geared for off-road use. When you're trying to go slow and modulate the torque, they don't have a low-range transfer case, and they really struggle with tackling steep hills. Now, the Prime is interesting because we have such a large and powerful set of electric motors on this vehicle. I can tackle this terrain nice and slowly, but still have the instant torque I need to get where I'm trying to go, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like simulating a low range. This is some pretty hard terrain for this little Toyota. Okay, come on, don't bottom out on me. It's thinking, it's working hard. Oh, that was the bottom out, that's what I didn't want. Well, good thing we were pointed up the hill. And that is the lack of ground clearance coming into play. Scraping the snow. All right, let's go analyze, see if we can make it up this hard little section. Things have already gotten quite difficult not far up the trail because there's a lot of snow in this section, probably 8 to 12 inches, and over the time it's kind of frozen, become packed down and turned into this hard ice. Now I've got these big ruts, and I'm starting to run out of ground clearance in the RAV4 Prime, only about 8 inches. So I'm gonna try to take the line a little bit more to the left and try to stay out of the ruts. Hopefully the tires will have the grip I need to get up through this section. So I'm gonna try to avoid this big gnarly rut. Ooh, roads may be icy. I would say so, Toyota. So I'm gonna try to climb up over here, sort of like that. Come on, figure it out. Ooh, traction control is killing the fun. So that is foot to the floor, and we are stuck. Still in electric mode though, which is cool. These electric motors really do deliver a lot of power. This is not really what I want to be doing. Come on, figure it out. Figure it out, Toyota. Trail mode activated. That didn't feel very good. The issue is I don't really have any underbody protection too, otherwise I would just drive up straight through the middle. These Yokohamas just are not gripping. Come on. Nope. It's just not having it. I don't have the grip to get up on the terrain that I want to get up. One more time here. Come on, figure it out. Come on, Toyota. Come on, you can do it. Oh, it's just killing the fun. Let me try traction control off, see if that allows me any more freedom to get where I need to go. The traction control is intervening pretty significantly. Come on, foot to the floor, traction control off. Come on, grip, figure it out. I don't know, guys, I just don't think I have the tire for this. Let me try going straight up through the middle of the ruts. Typically not how you want to do this, but we'll see how it goes. Traction control off is worse, by the way, because what it's doing is it's basically turning off the brake lock differential function, where it brakes one wheel and sends power to the other wheel. Let me try turning traction control on. It basically amplifies the effect of an open diff with traction control off. And with it on, do I have the clearance? Sorta. Come on, there we go. Oof, not a good sound. Luckily it's just snow and ice. Come on, Toyota. Oh. You need more clearance for that bit, for sure. There's a lot going on with the Toyota RAV4 Prime, so pop the hood and you'll find what appears to be a conventional 2.5 liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine. And that's because it is fairly conventional, right around 180 horsepower. But then we come to the electric side of the RAV4 Prime, and it's got several electric motors. There's one in the front with also around 180 horsepower, and then there's another one in the back with 53 horsepower. So the rear wheels are only powered by electricity. Now you start adding all these numbers up and the total system output, 302. Yeah, over 300 horsepower in the Toyota RAV4. Now, obviously 170 plus 170 plus 50 is more than 300, but unfortunately physics can be a turd, and that's what it works out to be. However, 0 to 60, 5.5 seconds, which means behind the straight 6 Toyota Supra, this is the second quickest Toyota in the lineup. Now, it really is a shame to me that they don't make like a Toyota RAV4 Prime TRD off-road, because that would kind of be the ultimate off-road Toyota RAV4 in my opinion. The TRD off-road is a cool vehicle, but you can't get it with this amazing powertrain. Oh god, this is not looking good. I don't like this one bit. Come on. Oh, that's gonna be gnarly to get down. So just trying to stay on top of the ruts here. Whew. Alright, next hill climb. We'll see if we can do it, but it's starting to run out of capability here, unfortunately. We just don't quite have the clearance for this kind of thing, or the tire. The all-wheel drive system is doing really well. I find that the best way to run this is EV mode, trail mode on, traction control on. Turn that traction control off and it really just becomes like a vehicle with open discs. Turn the traction control on, and it does a good job of sending power where it needs to go. The MSRP on this Toyota is right around $50,000, which is a lot of money for a RAV4, but you do get a lot of nice tech and a lot of high quality material. So first of all, it has Toyota's Safety Sense 2.0, so you've got stuff like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, that kind of thing. But beyond that, we also have quite a number of luxury features. So if you look at the main info screen, 9-inch display with navigation, app integration, all that in the middle there. Now below that, dual zone automatic climate control with tactile buttons, which I think is quite a nice thing in 2022. Fan controls, all the usual. And then down here, of course, we have not only heated, but ventilated seats. Now, admittedly, as videographer Case has pointed out, this vehicle does not really have a luxury car ambiance. It does feel more rugged, more utilitarian than what you'd expect in like a Lexus. But if you do want a higher end version of this car with a little bit more luxury feel, you got to check out the new Lexus NX plug-in hybrid, which is a very similar vehicle to this underneath, but more expensive and a little bit more luxurious. Now, rear seat room is excellent in the RAV4 Prime. It's got a very flat roof, which means that I've got enough headroom even at 6 feet tall. I even have enough legroom with my driving position here, a really nice back seat, and you gotta love the red stitching. Checking out the trunk in the RAV4 Prime. Now you'll notice this one is the XSE, which is more of the high-end RAV4 Prime. It also means it's got the faster of the 2 available chargers. And I think that that's a pretty big deal. It makes the XSE quite attractive, actually. 6.6 versus 3.3 is a big deal in the real world. Anyways, let's talk about the trunk. Lots and lots and lots of space. Over 30 cubic feet worth of cargo space behind the second row. And then, of course, you can fold those down with a push of a switch. Now, underneath the floor of the RAV4, we see something kind of unusual for hybrid equipped vehicles, a spare tire. Now, it isn't a full-size spare, it is a temporary donut, but it is still a nice thing to have. And here we have the included charge plug, which is just your standard 120 volt use case there. One other thing back here too, AC 120 volt power port, but unlike a lot of other Toyotas, which might be limited to 400 or 800 watts, this one is a chunky 1500 watt rating. The final hill climb, this is going to be the steepest and the gnarliest one yet. If I had more underbody protection, if I had rock rails, better tires, I would just bomb up this hill, but it's not my vehicle. I want to take good care of it, and with these 19-inch wheels and no underbody protection, I am going to have to be a little bit careful out here. So here we go on this little rock climb. Come on, Toyota. Come on, figure it out. There we go, nice work. All right, keep it right around 4 miles an hour. I think that is gonna be the sweet spot. These ruts have just gotten so bad over the past couple months here. Come on. Don't get bogged down. That's bad. I don't think we're going to be going much further here. The steepest part of the hill is just, these holes are looking a little bit too deep for what the Toyota can do. We'll try giving it a go. Also don't want to damage these wheels. Okay, good. Come on, Toyota, come on. Scraping the underside, but we're making it up. Come on, yes! Oh, big hit there. Just trying to make it up to the top. All right. Oh, we did it, but just by the skin of our teeth. Now we got to get down. Well, I'm in a little bit of a pickle, so our typical turnaround point is just up there, but we've got this huge ravine here, probably a foot deep, where we're just gonna bottom out the Toyota, and there really is no way around it because other folks have tried to make bypasses and have left even more ravines. So I'll have to probably back down that gnarly hill and then turn around in the little clearing down there. Hopefully we can make that work. Now this is going to take some really precise driving. Get this vehicle down in one piece. All right, I don't think I have a lot of options here as to how I get down. Through the puddle.
Heck yeah. Actually, this day I've gotten so lucky. 8 inches of ground clearance is the absolute minimum I could have run on this trail without seriously tearing something off. I say that now. Man, this thing is fast as a heck. That instant torque really does allow you to get out of a lot of bad situations you might not normally be able to get out of. You just tap the accelerator and you go, flying in the direction you want to go. And you got to be a little careful, but it can be beneficial when you're off-road just to have the absolute precise power modulation. And just like that, we got ourselves turned around.
The RAV4 Prime, obviously not much of a trail monster straight out of the box. However, I think with a few minor modifications, this vehicle could be something pretty cool because of all of that instant torque from those huge electric motors. It really does act in a lot of ways like it has a low range transfer case where you can multiply that gearing like in a conventional off-roader like a Wrangler or Range Rover or something. But pretty cool thing. Slap on a set of smaller wheels, slap on a set of slightly bigger, chunkier tires. You can have a lot of fun with this and surprise your neighbors where you take your RAV4. Now let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, this has been Tommy behind the camera case. We'll see you on the next video.